This segment of the Alice Stewart Show is brought to you by Aero Plumbing. For all your household or business plumbing needs, call Aero Plumbing at 1-866-PLUMBER or schedule an appointment online at aeroplumbing.net.
And we're back on the Alice Stewart Show, 7:35. Joining me in studio for the rest of the hour, Laurie Lee, Republican consultant and strategist. Great to have you here.
Well, I thank you, ma'am.
And if you have picked up the Arkansas Democrat Gazette this morning, you will see an article dealing with the Attorney General's race. It says, Clerk knocks Rutledge off rolls of voters. Attorney General hopeful will fight disqualification. And this is Pulaski County Clerk Larry Crain has canceled the voter registration of Leslie Rutledge late Tuesday afternoon after his office found that Rutledge of Little Rock is currently registered to vote in Washington, D.C. And they go on to state the Republican candidate for Attorney General is no longer registered to vote in Arkansas. And according to Larry Crain's statute that he has used, no person shall vote in any election in the state unless the person is a qualified elector of his state and has registered to vote in a manner provided by law. This is Larry Crain's response to what was brought to his attention. Now, the Rutledge Campaign has put out a response, and their attorneys that are representing the campaign cite a different statute and find Larry Crain in violation of the National Voter Registration Act due to his actions cleaning up voter rolls within 90 days of a campaign. You have a response from the campaign.
The response is Democrat County Clerk Larry Crain of Pulaski County has displayed a total lack of integrity by using desperate Chicago-style partisan politics to disenfranchise me, a qualified voter in Pulaski County, in an attempt to illegally secure the election for the Democratic Party. This lower-than-low act of political desperation shows just how far the Democratic Party and my opponent will go to try and win an election that they know they are losing. And here's the deal. From what we ascertained last night, both state and federal law have been broken. And the law is very clear that when somebody moves to the state of Arkansas and they register to vote, which Leslie did, and has a voter registration card that is from March of 2013, signed by Larry Crain, then it's not her responsibility to call Virginia and cancel her voter registration. By law, it's actually Larry Crain and his office's responsibility to do that. So it's funny that the person that is pointing out what he tried to make as a legal error on her part is actually a legal violation on his part.
What I, as a journalist, starting out my career and now involved in politics and now doing broadcasting, I look at all angles of this story and the fact that it came down late yesterday and little time to check sources. And this is Spencer Williams' piece in the Democrat Gazette. And throughout the article, it starts off with Larry Crain and what he has done in terms of removing her, disqualifying her from voting and removal from the ballot. And then key people that need to have their input: head of the State Board of Election, not available for comment; Secretary of State's office, not available for comment. But, the Democratic Party, they're all over it. They've got a comment. They're quoting on this. Funny how they can put together a statement on that.
This particular journalist, this is the second time, I believe, that has done this kind of shoddy journalism, and there's no integrity in this kind of news reporting. For a journalist to go off half-cocked on something like this, on a race like this for the chief legal officer of the state, is an egregious misuse of power. And I would call on the paper to make sure that they do a rebuttal, retraction of this story, because here's the thing. This is the onus on this was on Larry Crain. To make sure that Leslie's voter registration was canceled in Virginia. The law's extremely explicit on that, and that should have been what's done. And instead, they're trying to make a news story at 5 o'clock on a day where nobody could could be conveniently reached for comment, and they call and press somebody for a statement on something that nobody even knew about. And so this, again, along with the other thing where they try to say she was coordinating and this other stuff, this is all an attempt because they know they are losing this race, and it is sad that the people of Arkansas are put in the middle of this kind of tripe when you can't win on policy. This is what they do.
And it will be interesting to see with the attorneys that have weighed in on this and found that Larry Crain is in violation of National Voter Registration Act in this.
Well, there
the
is
follow-up, if there is a follow-up, and to what degree it will be, and see if it will be above the fold.
Well, there's this little caveat, Article 15, called penalties, and it says, any person who shall maliciously and intentionally destroy, steal, manipulate, or unlawfully detain or obtain any voter registration form or any registration record file shall be guilty of a felony, and upon conviction thereof shall be fined in the sum of not less than $100, no more than $1,000. So there's some real legal implications for this the shenanigans that they tried to pull here and try and make Leslie look like somebody who and if you go to Talk Business, you can actually see a picture of Leslie's voter registration card that says, "I, Larry Crain, Registrar of Pulaski County, certify that Leslie Carroll Rutledge is a registered voter in Pulaski County, dated March 8th, 2013. Can't get much clearer than that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm anxious to see the follow-up on this story. It is going to be interesting. But to have that, and where you can actually see where Larry Crain has approved her voting status, pretty significant. And you can find that at talkbusiness.net. We're going to take a break, and we will come back and discuss the road ahead to the midterm elections, the deadlines that are here, fast approaching, and what you need to do to make sure that you can cast your ballot on this all-important midterm elections. We will be back with Laurie Lee after this segment of the Alice Stewart Show, brought to you by Arrow Plumbing. For all of your household or business plumbing needs, call Arrow Plumbing, 1-866-PLUMBER, or schedule an appointment online at arrowplumbing.net.